Everybody, it's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another Manchester United news roundup of the days and evenings news. How are you all doing today? Thank you very much for joining us. Get in there, my son. We've got Rangnick coming in soon. We're going to be covering all the latest news and what's going on, of course, with the roundup of the day's events. It's been reasonably quiet, but a few bits of information, obviously, to get into tonight. So, hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining us and getting in here. Hope you had a great day today, Tuesday, of course. Keep a bit of a gash day Tuesday, really, isn't it? But I hope you had a good one regardless. Hopefully you did. Do us a favour, smash that like button at the start of the stream. Give it a cheeky share on social media as well, if you have not done. And also get involved in the live chat as well. Let's just give a few shout-outs to some peeps over here. Justa G, Berber, Ronnie Dodge. Hey there, Nick Pendragon. How's it going there, Nick? Obeid Chowdhury. Hello, mate. Good to see you in it. What's going on? Batman Night Fan, Slightly Salted Steve, Illy United. Everybody, thanks for joining us. Do get in the live chat throughout as we go along. It is obviously a fan debate show. We will be getting in and out of the live chat as we go along. So do get your thoughts and comments and opinions in there. Obeid Chowdhury says, my first game in Carrick is still in charge. Well, let's get into it then. Let's get into the main news then. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be the man that's in charge of the Arsenal game on Thursday on manunited.com. You know, there's an article that says Manchester United have confirmed Carrick will remain in caretaker charge for the Premier League game against Arsenal on Thursday. He's obviously overseen two pretty decent wins. I think he got, or a win and a draw, I should say. But still feels like a win in a way with how shit we've been. But Michael Carrick's done well in his last couple of games. Plus, effectively, you know, in this game against Arsenal, he's more or less going to be like Rangnick's sort of little puppet, really, you know, and obviously Rangnick's behind the scenes, the godfather behind the scenes, the godfather of the Gegenpress, administering them, pulling those strings and administering those tactics. That's what I would imagine. So, you know, Carrick is obviously in here. It's basically down to a visa issue. We're going to get into it now. So Rangnick was obviously announced as interim manager for United on Monday, but it says while the club follows the regulatory process around a work visa, Carrick will continue at the helm. So, yeah, he's obviously, this is gash, because we wanted to see, obviously, Rangnick in here earlier. It's a shame these final little bit of paperwork and all the finalizations are taking a little bit of time. So, there you go. But, I mean, we're just basically waiting for a visa to be approved for him to begin work. So, this is the situation. So it's understood Rangnick will be in the stands at Old Trafford when Manchester United face Arsenal. He just won't be allowed to manage. He won't be allowed to get to work. And his work permit must be approved by an FA-appointed independent panel, as his recent time out of coaching means he does not meet the criteria automatically. So this is an article on The Telegraph, and it basically says that the new United interim manager faces a Football Association-appointed independent panel in order to gain his Home Office work permit. His recent career out of coaching means he does not meet the criteria. So there's a possibility his application may have already been in front of the panel, although neither the FA nor United would confirm that. The application process has already begun. So in terms of he's just got to be granted approval. I mean, at this moment in time, Manchester United have confirmed that that's the case on Thursday. Rangnick will not be in charge against Arsenal. Club continues to work through visa and COVID process. That is the latest from Simon Stone of the BBC also, that we are working through visa and COVID process. I mean, it's a shame, isn't it? It's a bit of a palaver, but it's just the current process. You've got to go through the due process at the moment to get the visa, get the documents, and get in there. You think with such a high-profile job here, though, that they do their very best to rush this through. You know, United visa issues, you know, these sorts of things. It does seem to take us a bit of time. You think about some of the recent things that we've had done, like Cristiano Ronaldo. I guess it's down to what's going on at the moment in the world as well. But there you go. So Rangnick not here for the Arsenal game. It is expected that Ralph Rangnick will be in charge against Crystal Palace on Sunday, or Sunday, the weekend. Sunday, yeah. Crystal Palace on the Sunday. So this is the latest. On MEN tonight, they reported that Manchester United are confident Ralph Rangnick will be in charge for the Crystal Palace game. Manchester United are expecting him to be in the dugout for the Crystal Palace game. The German was confirmed as interim manager, yada, yada, yada. Arrived in the UK. He's arrived in the UK before new travel restrictions kicked in on Tuesday morning. So he's actually got in before that. So he is free to start work at Carrington as soon as his visa is granted. This is what's reported on the MEN. It says approval of his application is just a formality, but the Home Office haven't given United any indication of when that will be. But there is confidence at Old Trafford that it will come through in time for Rangnick to be in charge on Sunday. So worst case scenario, this could go on for a little bit of time, and he might not even be in here in the Palace game, but hopefully he will be, guys. Hopefully we need to get him in here really and start ourselves off in a new direction. And obviously he's hopefully the sort of character that can come in and get us turning around to be a good side. You know, still I've got certain reservations because it is a big step up to a new team, big team, the biggest job he's ever had. But his experience is absolutely undeniable. So I'm expecting him to bring in a wealth of experience. Plus he's the godfather of this whole gegenpress style of play, which is exactly what I want to see Manchester United do. So that fills me with a bit of confidence that we're going to see a change, or at least a progress towards that style of play. It says even if his visa is granted on Wednesday, Rangnick will not be in the dugout against Arsenal. And with uncertainty around when it will be approved, club officials felt it was best to give Carrick the green light to continue, having already overseen the win in the Villarreal game and the draw against Chelsea. But he is expected to be at the game on Thursday night against Arsenal. That's the latest. He's just not going to be in the dugout, administering the tactics and actually working in the, behind the scenes here. But from a puppet master point of view, he will be. So, that's good news. It's not great about Carrick being in charge, but there you go. What can you do? We should still smash up Arsenal. Come on, United, we're going to smash them. We've done okay recently. If we get it all together, if we start making strides in the right direction, get a bit of belief and confidence and change about us, a bit of bollocks about us, we can smash up Arsenal. We can rough up Arsenal. They got drubbed up 4-0 against Liverpool the other day. They're not great. Yeah, they've had a bit of a turnaround. They're still Mikel Arteta's bunch of worthy melts. That's what they are. So, yeah, I think we've got a very good chance. Get your score predictions in there, guys, just out of interest. I just want to know, what do you think is actually going to happen in that game? Maybe I'm just looking at it through rose-coloured glasses right now, but I feel like, we haven't been in good form this season. We have looked ropey, but we can still rough up the Arsenal. That's what I think. So let me know. But I'm going for a comfortable win. I'm going for a 2-1 or something like that. Nice little cheeky win from United in that game. That's what I'm feeling right now. Bit between the teeth, tail between the legs. Let's be having you. Carrick at the wheel. So anyway, so there you go. Just to confirm, you I'm sure you all heard it anyway throughout the day, but Rangnick is not going to be in charge of the Arsenal game. It is going to be Michael Carrick who's going to oversee it. He's done well, though, to be fair, guys. He's done well. I mean, for what he's done, you've got to give him a solid 8 out of 10 performance, really. The only way he could have got a 10 out of 10 is if we'd have beat Chelsea and beat Villarreal. So far, he's done really well. Look, he's only here a temporary fashion. He's probably going to stay long-term. We don't know who's coming in backroom staff-wise. Fab Romano says that maybe one person could be coming in with Rangnick at this stage, but Carrick seems to be there. He's somebody that could be in the club for a long time going forward and have different roles throughout his coaching career here. So I think, it's good for Carrick. It's just a little bit more experience, but I don't think it's necessarily great for us because we want to get the new man in there as soon as possible, get those German vibes on the go. Hey there, Naz78. We got Batman Night Fan, Genius Dominant. Ronnie Dodge is in here too, says 3-1, 4-0 says Berber, 2-0 says Ika Ichsani, 2-0 Ronaldo and Sancho goal says Toxic. How's about a bit of Jadon Sancho, lad? He's looking very good. He's looking like he's just sort of come alive really at United now after the sort of dodgy time. And I think Solskjaer did have a lot of a part to play in Sancho's struggle at the start of his United career as well, and the team in general performing like shite. But going into that team, played out of position. It's not an ideal start to any career when you're a young 20-year-old lad as well coming into a side. So I think that now he should be unleashed. Now he will be more at home with this new system. We've talked about the love or the admiration really that Ralf Rangnick has for Jadon Sancho with some of the comments he said in the past about him and his performances for Dortmund in Bundesliga. So I think he's going to relish having him in his squad. I think Jadon's going to relish having Rangnick as his coach and playing in that sort of style. But for Thursday night, I like your styles. Carrick, Sancho, unleash him again. Hopefully have a good game. Hopefully get him on the score sheet. He can provide you goals. You look at his stats in the Bundesliga, they're very, very impressive. Social99 says 2-2. Tonk Nash thinks 2-1 to Arsenal. Fair play. Blitzkrieg, what's that, Berber? Hang on a second. Blitzkrieg Fußball. Crashbang Vollop. Ja, darling, very heavy metal Fußball gespielt. This is true. We're going to play some good heavy metal football coming up soon. Crash bang one up. I agree with you, Berber. Let's go. Hey, we've got 60 legends in here right now. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Do us a massive solid and twat that thumbs up button. Give it a cheeky little like. If you haven't done, share it around on the social medias out there and tell your granny. Right, okay, Rangnick is expected to be there on Thursday night, though, guys, but just not in an actual management capacity. So he will be dangling the strings and controlling Carrick the puppet as the puppet master, Geppetto and Pinocchio vibes. So that's what we're expecting here. Let's go into the next bit of information and news that we've got then. So he won't be in charge. But in terms of the visa, it could be granted any time now, really. Like we say, it is a high-profile case. Not a case, it's not. He's not being convicted of anything. High-profile, job that he's got here. So I'm sure it'll be rushed through as quickly as possible there. So Rangnick probably will be granted the visa in the next couple of days and be able to work. But he's not able to take charge of that Arsenal game regardless, because Carrick obviously is in preparation for it. They're not going to want to disrupt that. They're just going to let Carrick do what he does. I'm sure Rangnick will be having some say behind the scenes anyway, because he's coming in. So, the team may even be selected by Ralph Rangnick. I'm sure it probably will be. What do you guys think, actually? Who do you think? Maybe Rangnick's just going to come in afterwards afresh when he's actually fit to start work. That's how it's going to be. But I think personally he will be pulling the strings behind the scenes. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Who's going to actually be in charge for the game Thursday? I know Carrick's going to be in the dugout, but I'll just ask you, do you think it's actually going to be a Rangnick team, or do you think it's going to be a Carrick team? Let me know in the live chat. Carrick or Rangnick team? Let me know. I'd love to know what you think. I think probably more likely a Rangnick team at this stage, because he's probably already been sort of pre-planning a little bit for this game. Of course, it's going to be a mixture, really. I think Carrick's obviously going to have an influence on the game massively and how they approach it, because he's the one taking the training sessions, setting them up and all the rest. But yeah, I think Rangnick's going to be picking the team. Rangnick team says Naz. Rangnick team, but Carrick tactics says Toxic. Carrick team says Wiggy. Rush Barno, how you doing, you absolute Don? Great to see you in here too. One of the absolute legendary mods. How you doing tonight, my friend? Let's be having you. Okay, so that is the latest situation in regards to some good new positive stuff about United, and maybe Rangnick transforming certain players here. So there's a little graphic here from the Athletic. I'm not going to get it up on screen, but it basically just says that which United players have pressed the most often this season. I'll just throw that over to the live chat. If you had to guess, some of you may have seen this anyway, but if you had to guess, who do you think would be the most likely person that is actually pressed the most this season? So pressures, what this definition of that is pressures per 90 minutes for Manchester United players with 270 plus minutes played in the Premier League in 21-22. Who do you think it is? It's semi-surprising, and I'm going to be honest. No, number one's not surprising. So most of you got it right. Tonk Nash, yeah. Toxic, Fred and Bruno says, yeah, McFred says Jake, Bruno, Fred says Tonk Nash. Most of you got it right. It's Fred. So Fred is number one. It makes sense. He's like a bat out of hell, that man. He literally he's running all over the gaff. He's like an Energizer bunny. He seriously does put in a shift every time. No doubt about his work rate or his pressing. You've seen in the last two games in particular as well, where maybe pressing a bit higher up. He's actually really come into his own and looked pretty damn good. So I hope that maybe in a Rangnick system, he could benefit from that. But you know who's in number two? You know who's number two here? Pressures per 90 minutes for Manchester United players with 270 plus minutes played in a Premier League in 21-22. Do you know who's number two? Paul Pogba. You what? Honestly, that is a surprise. I'm going to be honest. Like, he's ahead of Bruno Fernandes. He's ahead of Jadon Sancho. He's ahead of Scott McTominay. He's ahead of Nemanja Matic. He's ahead of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So, Paul Pogba actually presses people more in for us this season than anybody other than Fred, statistically speaking, which I find pretty crazy to believe. But apparently that's true. I know, yeah. It's pretty mad stats, not gonna lie. So so there you go. Pretty strange. I mean, I guess it makes sense it being on all the central midfielders, but I would have thought Bruno would have been ahead of Pogba. I'd have thought, yeah, Sancho. Various players would have been ahead, but it's actually Pogba in second place. I know Toxic says Pogba thought he wouldn't be on the list. I did it too. I thought he'd be way down there, my friend. So Ronaldo's way down there on 5.2. This is presses per 90, so 5.2 presses per 90. Ronaldo, 5.2. Victor Lindelof, 4.5. These all make sense, though, because they're not in the midfield where all the pressing's going to take place, especially if you're not playing as a team press, and especially if certain players are only pressing out to the ball at certain times, of course, like Ronaldo. In a lot of these games, we just see them isolated at the top, floating around. So he's not pressing because there's nobody to press because we're just fucking absolutely camped in our own half type thing. So I'm not really looking into that. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But in the terms of the midfielders, if you just want to look at midfielders, Matic 13.2 presses in per 90, Scott McTominay 16.1, Jadon Sancho 16.4, Bruno 18.5, Pogba 19.4, and Fred 26.2. So Fred literally running the show in terms of effort and pressing out there, it seems. Hey, Gangshi, what's going on? He says Maguire is way down there. Maguire is way down there. Absolutely, he's down there on 5.2 along with Cristiano. But that is because, he's obviously not playing in that position. And also the type of defensive press that we've been doing is not like a high press or anything. Like, we're sitting deep a lot of the time. So they're inviting the pressure onto him. So it's not really press. They're just people coming on to us. So in that regard, the tactics this season under Solskjaer probably is the reason for a lot of this. But still, though, Fred, man, Fred's actually looked good in the last couple of games. I'm willing to give Fred another chance on a Rangnick here in a new system, but, I still got my reservations about him because he can't pass to save his life, this man. And did you see that chip at the end of the game the other day? Oh, my goodness me, just pass it to Ronnie or something, Fred. It was infuriating because he's not the most technical player. He is good. He is very energetic, as we said. He can get it around, and he can get around the pitch, and he can break up play. And some of the actual the interceptions, but also like the challenges that he made, just sliding in there, winning the ball back the other day, was amazing. I love his attitude. He's definitely got the attitude. I love Fred's attitude, his effort levels, all the rest of it. Can't fault the guy. He's an absolute gem of a man in terms of like how he approaches the game. But there is technical questions there about his abilities. Hey, Rebel Tamua, thank you very much for getting in here, my friend. I hope you're doing good. He says, what do you think about the Heiderlings? Funny you should say that, because I was just going to get onto that right now. So yes, Ralph Rangnick is supposed to be interested in Amadou Haidara, £33 million target, to implement his pressing style at Manchester United. This is what's on Sky Sports and various other different outlets reporting that Rangnick's interest may be to get this guy in January, get one or two players out in the January transfer window as well, get rid of a couple of the melters or hangers-oners, and then get somebody like this in who's young, who's hungry, who's quick, who's a good presser, and all the rest of it. I don't know a great deal about this guy, but I mean, he seems like a very good young talent. He's obviously having a good season. He's obviously a very, very high-regarded young player. So I'm thinking, yes, that is somebody that we could get in there. I mean, just to give you a background on this guy, he's a Malian footballer who's playing currently for RB Leipzig and the Mali national team. He's only 23. So, in terms of what he can do, he's a midfielder, obviously, but he can play various different positions as well. So he seems like a decent player. He's had 100 appearances for RB Leipzig, which is a good standard, obviously great standard German team in recent years too. So he's a good standard player, only getting better. Supposedly, much interest from Rangnick in this guy. So listen, if it's true, fantastic. We need to get somebody who's really, really, can cover the ground in that area, win the ball for us, has good technical abilities to get us going as well. Because Rangnick's system, we like to win the ball back and play that ball forward. And so that's why I'm a little bit worried about Fred, because he is good at winning the ball back, he is good at pressing, he is good at covering the ground and doing all the dirty work. But in terms of when we get the ball back, is he good enough to get us going and get us actually creating a counter-attack? That's my only concern. So, because Rangnick likes to play forward, direct, quick, and I'm not so sure about that. But hey, look, and even if you are going to play Fred, which I think is probably the most likely case, if you're going to play some sort of 4-2-2-2 system where, you've got a high press on, I think you would have to have Fred and somebody else who's a bit more mobile. I mean, McTominay is mobile, absolutely, and he could do that job, I suppose. Pogba, as we just talked about those stats there, apparently it's quite misleading, Pogba's play, because I always think of him being quite kind of lackadaisical out there, just nonchalant, running around, meandering around. But you know what? I mean, if you listen to those stats anyway, he's putting in more presses of the opposition at least than a lot of the people in our team, bar Fred, per game on average. So, I mean, I don't think that he could do it, though. I just don't think he's that type of player. I don't think he likes to do that job. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he can do the box-to-box sort of defensive and creative duties as well, along with the right sort of defensive midfielder next to him too. But it just, I don't know. I don't like Pogba in that midfield. So what I would ask you guys is, if we're playing a two-man midfield or two in the centre of midfield, let's just say we're not going to sign this guy. We're not going to sign Herrera. We're not going to sign another player in January. Who would you actually think would be the best two that could work in this sort of gegenpress system if we were going to play, say, a 4-2-2-2, which is, you know, a rumoured system that Rangnick might want to play at United, or obviously is a 4-3-3 potential as well. But let's just say a two in midfield. Who's your two midfielders that you think would best suit a Rangnick system? I guess it's going to be Fred because of his pressing ability, because of his pace and his ability to get about up and down very quickly. And then you look at the other contenders. I mean, I guess it maybe is McTominay. But you know what that means? It means we're sticking with fucking McFred. You know, we're sticking with McFred. Oh, Donny van der Beek, actually. Donny van der Beek would be a good contender as well. The only concern I have for him is he's not the most mobile of defenders. I think he's great in terms of controlling the ball, and I think he does get stuck in. But is he going to offer Rangnick enough in that role of being that, you know, high-pressing player? Maybe so. Maybe so, but I think that is the problem area for us, and it always has been the last couple of years. We need to get a central midfielder in January. If it can be this Herrera guy, sounds like a great option for us, especially if Rangnick's already picked him out and earmarked him as somebody that he would like to sign. Because if you look at Rangnick's track record of who he's brought in to the different various clubs that he's been associated with, they're all very, very, well, not all of them, but most of them have turned out to be really great, astute, really great signings for bargain money, which have gone on to do great things in the game. People like Mane, etc. So, you know, it bodes well for us anyway if we can get somebody like this. He brought him to, so Herrera started his career, by the way, at FC Red Bull Salzburg, obviously in the Austrian league, which, of course, Rangnick's associated with it at the time there, and it's obviously part of the Red Bull brand. And then he's gone over to RB Leipzig in 2018, so part of the Red Bull brand. And yeah, he scored his first Champions League goal in a 3-2 win over Manchester United in the 2020-21 season, apparently. I don't remember that. But apparently that happened. So, but there you go. He's playing for Mali now as well. He's got 24 appearances for them. So I think, you know, this is going to be a good player in the future. Absolutely. He's only 23, but he's old enough and experienced enough, had 100 games for Leipzig, which is a good standard, playing in the Champions League and this level, to develop him as a player. So I actually think, yes. I'll ask you guys this. Do you think this is a good signing? Amadou Herrera, or Herrera, let me know what you guys think. Yes or no? Would you like to have a little bit of Amadou Herrera action at Manchester United? You know what I like about this kid as well? There's quotes of him saying previously, and I think it was in 2019, that his dream one day, his club is to play for Manchester United, and he said he'll do everything in his power to make that dream come true. So, you know, that's the sort of attitude of a player that I want. That's who I want to play for Manchester United. I want players who are desperate to play for us and would love. That's their goal. That's their goal club, is to play for Manchester United. Eamon Barrett says yes. Toxic says yeah, but you could get better. You could get better, but I think you'd have to go and get somebody else with, like, you know, a lot more money as well. Premier League experience. Yes, okay, you could go maybe get one of the Leicester midfielders, Ndidi or Tielemans or something like that. Ndidi would be great for us, I think. Lots of money, 80 million, 90 million quid. You probably have to pay Leicester to get him. You know, there's some of these Serie A players as well. I don't know, I think he's much more obtainable being in the German league, playing for RB Leipzig as well. Like, it is kind of realistic. Plus, you might be able to do some sort of deal with somebody going in the opposite direction, which doesn't happen much in these days. But because of the relationship that Rangnick has with RB Leipzig, you know, just things like this, doors are going to be opened with this man coming in, because he does have these big relationships with these clubs where he's actually been there, he's actually built their brand, he's actually helping a part of it, part of the fabric, you know, and I'm sure he's well liked there for the good work that he's done. So if there's a deal to be done, I'm sure they're going to be much more likely to do it with Ralphie Rangnick than they are most other people. So yeah, I think it's going to be good for us in that sense. Very good for us in that sense. So, hey, Dara, lots of you would like to see him. Yeah, but we need to get some more players out too. Says 1, 2, 3, 4 RBI. Yes, I see you. Get the kid in now, says Tonknash. Rangnick managed 2 different current Liverpool players, now great players. Sancho and Ahmed could do that. Are you talking about Keita and Mane? Yes, absolutely, he did. Yeah, that's right. Eamon would have him. Leon Moses. Yeah, he seems like a good option, doesn't he? Right, okay, guys, there's 117 of you legends in it. Let's see if we can smash 100 likes. Give it a cheeky little thumbs up. Helps us out on the channel. Gives us a YouTube algorithm boost. And that would be sweet if you could smash that thumbs up. Much appreciated. And also, give it a share on Twitter if you want as well. That also gets a few people involved and spreads the word of the pig. Oh, sorry about that. That was very high pitch, high frequency. Your cat probably just went like that in the corner of the room. Anyway, so let's go on to the next topic then, guys. We, of course, are going to do a big Q&A at the end of this video as well. We always do. So if you're just pissed off with me blabbering on, you want me to get into the live chat, be patient. We will get into a Q&A at the end of the video and let everybody in this community have their say. So do get yourself involved. If you're new, smash that subscribe button because you only need to be subbed for 1 minute to chat in the live chat and get yourself involved and have your say, give your opinions. Right then, so just a couple of bits of information coming in here I'd like to share with you. So, you know, obviously the Ballon d'Or was yesterday. We covered it. We talked about the farcical nature of it these days and all the rest of it. If you want to hear a bit of a rant on the Ballon d'Or, just watch my video from last night. I'm not going to cover it all now again. But, you know, like if you look at Bruno Fernandes's recent season. So this is quite interesting. I know, listen, the difference is, this is the difference, and it has to be acknowledged, is that City obviously did get to a Champions League final. They did win the league. So that is the difference, and I understand that. That's why Messi, there's any justification for him whatsoever winning the Ballon d'Or over Lewandowski, is because he did win the Copa America with Argentina. So these things do count. It's supposed to be about who's the best individual player, though. But in terms of like, you know, goal contributions, who's done what, who's done more. If you look at this, Bruno Fernandes had more goal contributions than Kevin De Bruyne in the Premier League and Europe last season, but finished 13 places lower in the Ballon d'Or rankings. So that is a bit of a shame. Maybe the way that Bruno's sort of fallen off last couple of weeks has not helped him, but I mean, I'm not too sure sort of when the votes are cast anyway, but it does look like, you know, a little bit harsh on Bruno Fernandes, you know what I mean? I think he's been brilliant. And like people was calling Fernandes and all this, but in terms of goal contributions, chance creations, and all that kind of thing, since he's been here, he's top of the list, baby. So Bruno Fernandes is a special player. I think he's going to come good. He needs to step up. He needs to sort himself out. He needs obviously to hopefully adapt well to this new manager and Rangnick coming in and hit the ground running because he's not been himself this season. The last 18 months before this season, I think you can't deny he was our best player. But just recently, he's dropped the ball a little bit. He needs to get back on track. Thank you so much, Eddie's Football Waffle, you legend. He says, shared it on Twitter, pal. Don, mate. Absolute Don. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate that. Shout out to Eddie's Football Waffle as well. Great YouTube channel as well, man. Shout out to Eddie O2. What a Don. Check him out. Check him out. Mark Ashton says, Carrick in charge for the Arsenal game. Whoever made the decision is clever. Imagine the new manager with 2 defeats to Chelsea and Arsenal. Immediate pressure. Yes, that's a very fair point as well. I was talking about that before the international break. Like, what a great time for a new manager to come in. You know, after we got all those terrible games out of the way, the Man City game, the Liverpool game, and of course the Chelsea game. You know, if he was still going to be here then, but he wasn't. You're absolutely so right. It's a perfect chance for the new man to come in because the fixtures we got after that are so easy in comparison. You've got teams like Crystal Palace and Brighton and Burnley and Brentford and all these teams coming up. We've actually got a really good run. Like, I think the next 10 games or something after this are all really winnable games. In about 10 games time, the Premier League table could have a completely different complexion. Like, if all goes to plan, if Rangnick comes in and actually does implement this gegenpress and get us playing this really great football, if all goes to plan, in 10 games' time, we could be fucking top of the league. Come on, United! We're going to win the fucking league this year! Come on! Let's get hyped. No, seriously, it could all change in a very short spell. If it all goes to plan. If he can come and get this team performing properly and playing good stuff and actually get the talents we've got, because we have got a team full of talents. If he can get them playing like a team full of talents, crikey, we have got some team. So it could all change because we've had a really shit spell here against really tough teams. We've got drubbed. We've got a goal difference of like fucking -1 or something. We've been drubbed up all season long. It's been terrible. But it could all change in a very short space. And it really can. Football is a funny old game. Look at the Tuchel effect last season under Chelsea. It doesn't happen often, but when a new manager comes in, you know, he's won the fucking Champions League. Things that you have to dream. You know, if you never had a dream, you never had a dream come true. And right now, we have to dream, and Rangnick has to dream. They have to believe that they can do it, and we have the team to do it. You know, if we can get Ronaldo fired, if we can get all the team, all the players, Bruno, Pogba when he's back fit, if he's even still here, and the defense and everybody performing in this new system, then we could really mount a serious challenge. Who the fuck knows? I'm deluded, says fan of football. You know, some may say deluded, others may say optimistic, mate. You know, fair enough. Snydog says, I'm going to win the European Cup. Ronaldo win a 93rd minute. Come on. Eddie says, Pigo, GGMU. Come on. You got to have a bit of belief, don't you? If you don't have a belief, then what's the point? You got to have hope. Without hope, it's just despair, my friends. You know, without hope, it's just despair. And we need to be hopeful that we can actually get back on track. Listen, like I've said, there's a lot of people who seem really, really over the moon about this manager coming in. And I'm happy about it, especially with who's available and the philosophy and the style that he will bring and his future job role as well. But it's still a tough task for any man on this planet right now to get this United side, who's been performing the way it has, performing to the standard, to the point where it could actually win the league, or it could win the Champions League or the FA Cup even. To have any success with any silverware is going to be a big ask. And if he can do it, he's a fucking legend, isn't he? But if he can't, then it's kind of like, just like, well, you know, it's a tough fucking task, especially after the start to the season that we've had and that we've almost imploded, to come in and get us on track. But it can happen, like we saw last season with Chelsea. That's what I'm saying. MH says, any gaming tonight, mate? You know what? Mrs. P and me are hanging out tonight. It's one of the only nights that we're both sort of free this week. So not tonight, but from tomorrow, it'll be bang on it with all the gaming streams of the late evening right until Monday. So that is the plan. So don't worry, there'll be plenty of content coming there. Also, there's new shorts and stuff over on the Flying Pig Gaming channel. Go and check that out. New short videos and stuff being uploaded daily there now. So go and check that out. Flying Pig Gaming. Make sure you subscribe. Playmaker says, Phil No Bones Jones deserved the Ballon d'Or more than Messi. Phil No Bones Jones, the greatest defender. I think you're thinking of the Ballon d'Or. That's what I think you're thinking of. Yeah, he definitely deserved the Ballon d'Or, but I don't think he did win it this year. I think that went to Luis Suarez. No, anyway, Steve Bruce could win the next 10. Are you talking about the Ballon d'Or or something else? I mean, yeah, I think he finished 7th this year in the Ballon d'Or. Right, anyway. Right, okay, let's get back on track with the United news. Here we go, guys. Thank you, everyone who's in here. Get in there. We're only 25 likes away from 100. Hit the thumbs up if you're just getting in here then. And here's the latest and the greatest on United right now. So, wanted to get into this as well. So, you know how like, obviously Rangnick is only coming in for 6 months as the interim manager. There's still a lot of speculation about who's going to be the next manager, the permanent manager. A lot of people think Poch still. I think that would be sort of not the right fit for what Rangnick is looking to lay down in terms of a foundation. But hey, he's still a good coach, I suppose. There's talks of Ten Hag. There's still talks of that fucking absolute melter, Brendan Rodgers. Hoi noi, Brian Kai, Brendan. Maybe he could be coming in there in the summer. And it's understood that it would take about a £20 million compensation package to get him if the Big Six want to appoint him. Pochettino and Ten Hag are under consideration. But also now, Roberto Mancini is also likely to be considered. Wow. I mean, this is what's been reported by the Telegraph, okay? I mean, listen, Mancini's undoubtedly a very good coach. He's undoubtedly a very good coach. And of course, with what's going on at the moment, of course, with the European Champions League, of course. Sorry, no. The World Cup qualification, I should say. Well, not about the Champions League. The World Cup qualification with Italy, Portugal, etc. You know, there's a chance that if they don't get through, maybe that would be on the consideration. But, you know, who knows? That's a big if. But apparently he's in there, you know, like the Telegraph reporting, Fox Sports reporting, all a bunch of different outlets suggesting that Man United have a wild card in Mancini who might be interested in coming in to manage this side. You what? I mean, for a start, there's no damn way that you can allow this to happen. Even though he is a really great coach, to be honest. He is a good coach. He's a passionate coach. He's clearly a good coach. He is a good coach. Whichever way you look at it, he is a good coach. even though he's a City scummer, guys. What are we doing? You can't tarnish our legacy and reputation. We've already had a Chelsea scummer. That was a step too far, in my opinion. But now we're going to go to this do something sacred here. Get a fucking City scummer in there. It can't happen, can it? So I'm just going to ask you guys, Mancini yes or Mancini no? I'm just saying, if he was available as the next permanent manager, Mancini yes or Mancini no? Undoubtedly, a very good coach, undoubtedly. Eamon Barrett says Mancini no. Hey there, Mikhail Kramer, how you doing? Andrikos as well. Mancini can do one. His name sounds too much like Man City. I don't know why I call him. Is it Mancini or Mancini? I was calling him Mancini, or I just mix it up, to be fair. You'd prefer Ten Hag anyway, and you think so would Ralph. Yeah, that's a good point, Andrew Cos. I think you're right too. He is a Premier League winner, says Tonk Nash. He's won the Premier League, Batman. Yes, he has. Thank you, Gaming Simp, you absolute don. Get in there, you absolute hero. I really appreciate you, my man. If there's only one choice, the special one says, I wanted Pogba out, that's why they sacked me. Yes, says Tonk Nash. Okay, fair enough. Well, he is a good coach. He has won a lot of things. He has won the Premier League. He has done well on an international stage too. He's clearly a good coach. He's only 57. He's not over the hill, you know. He's in his prime really as management. So, yes, he's a good coach. But we can't have a Man City scummer. It's just like you can't have you can't have somebody like Brendan Rodgers as their next Man United manager, because he's obviously managed Liverpool, and that's just something you do not do. You don't mow another guy's lawn. You know what I mean? You just don't do that. So there you go. So no to Rodgers and no to Mancini for me. But yes, potentially I guess to Ten Hag, maybe to Poch if it's all that's available, and if Rangnick has made a pig's ear of things and is just going into a consultancy role and doesn't stick around permanently. Because he might still stick around permanently. That is the other option as our permanent manager. The other option is Ralph Rangnick. If he comes in and lights us up and gets us playing like absolute fire football, then I'm sure we will all want him, and I'm sure he'll play himself into that position where we could be talking about him taking the permanent job. But as of right now, there's a lot of different managers still linked with the summer permanent job vacancy, which we know is happening. Like we say, he's already going into that consultancy role for 2 years after the 6 months interim manager job finishes. Quotes here from Sir Alex Ferguson, by the way, on Brian Robson. He said, he was easily the best captain I had. I think over the period he was at Manchester United, he was the best player. The players loved him. They responded to him, and he was the longest serving captain in my time anyway. Sir Alex Ferguson saying, Robbo, to be fair, Captain Marvo Robbo is a great shout. Who do you think is the best United captain ever, guys? I mean, sorry, not ever, because this is obviously Fergie talking about, let's just say in the Fergie era. So we're not going back, because obviously Bobby Charn, greats like this, but no, let's just say the Fergie era and on. Who is your greatest Manchester United captain ever? It's hard to really debate that Roy Keane is not the greatest captain because of all the things that he won during that golden era for Manchester United. So it's got to be Mr. Keane. You know that obviously Sir Alex Ferguson does have a little bit of needle with Roy Keane still. They don't really get on that much, and they haven't spoken for years, and there's all that built up animosity there. And so, yeah, that's probably the reason behind him saying Brian Robson as well. But then again, Brian Robson was absolutely a baller, and he is a great shout. He was a fantastic captain for England as well. And so you think about that, England actually on an international stage where it mattered, whereas Keano, did well, to be fair, in Ireland, but him as a captain with the Mick McCarthy in Seoul in Japan 2002, or whatever, career in Japan 2002, absolutely, throwing his dummy out, shot in the bed, getting sent home by Mick McCarthy. So that's the difference. I think, yeah, in terms of a captain, in terms of a role model, I think maybe Brian Robson was a better captain, better role model. But I think in terms of just who is a better overall leader, an absolute warrior, a terrier, somebody that you could just put in there and he's just going to bark at everybody. He's going to marshal everybody, and he's going to intimidate the opposition as well, and usually put in a good performance if he's not getting sent off. Then that'd be Roy Keane. So there you go. Roy Keane is probably the one for me. Rushmano puts in a good point. He says, subscribe to the channel. Guys, smash the subscribe. We're not that far away from 49,000 subscribers. We're on 48.9 subscribers now, guys. 9K subscribers. So we're nearly at 49,000 subscribers. So if it's your first time here, do us the honor, do us the solid, smash the subscribe button. It's free to do. You might as well. We're on here every single day. If you're not familiar with this channel, it's a Man United news channel. We do a lot of Man United news on here and cover all the latest news, reactions, watch-alongs, goal, looking analysis. We do lots of stuff here. So do get yourself involved. Smash the bell icon as well. That's the bell. It looks like Luis Suarez's face in the sense that it's a bell end. Click the bell. That's going to get you subscribed and a notification as well, so you get notified. Nice one. Right then, okay. So here we go. Latest news on from Fab as well in terms of one assistant potentially coming in for Rangnick. That's what we understand at the moment. I guess it could still be nobody. We know that Lars Kornetka's staying at a Lokomotiv Moscow. Okay, so just there's some news about some of our loanees as well here. So no Swansea City player has created more big chances in the Championship this season than Ethan Laird. The Man United loanee ranks first among his teammates for successful dribbles and tackles. So maybe he's somebody that could come in that position, you know, in a right back position going forward, and obviously given some sort of competition and maybe being a quality player in the future. He's a young lad. I haven't watched him at all this season at Swansea on loan, but by all accounts here, statistically, he's created some big chances. No Swansea players created more chances in the Championship this season than Ethan Laird. So that is really great information about the future. Yep, Toxic says great. He's obviously a good shout. I think he's going to be a very decent player for us down the road. Okay, so Mark Ogden says this. Sources have said there's an outside chance of Ralph Rangnick being in charge of Manchester United against Palace on Sunday. However, it could be a wait until the game against Norwich on the December 11th before the visa issue is sorted. I think that's bullshit, to be fair. I think it'll get sorted a lot sooner before that. I don't think it's going to be the 11th. That's what Mark Ogden's suggesting. It could be, though, but it seems like realistically it's not the case. I think it'll probably be approved in the next few days, and hopefully he'll be able to take charge of Crystal Palace. And if not that, then I'm sure. Well, you don't know. You just don't know, do you? You don't know. There's all this paperwork and government procedure at the moment with what's going on with the pandemic, so you don't really know. But it's expected that he'll be in charge of the game against Crystal Palace. That's all over the MEN of various different places. Here's a report basically to summarise. Rangnick arrived before the new travel restrictions and is free to start as soon as his visa is granted. The Home Office haven't given any indication of when that will be, but there's confidence it will come through in time for him to be in charge on Sunday. So that's the latest there in regards to the update on Rangnick and Carrick. So Carrick's in charge at Arsenal. Rangnick hopefully will be in charge against Crystal Palace. And now the latest other updates. We've got a few more things to get into before we get into the Q&A portion of the stream. But Cavani backs Sancho to succeed at United. So earlier on today at 4 p.m, United released an interview here with Edinson Cavani. And he believes that Jadon Sancho is reaping the benefits of his hard work. Cavani said this. He said, he's convinced we're still seeing the real Jadon Sancho after his dedication on the training ground and inner strength, with the 21-year-old showing his patience before emergency. Well, he didn't say that, actually. This is what he said. He said, I reckon that one of the things that scoring goals can give you a lot of the time is the sense of assurance and peace of mind to keep on working and training hard. He says, I think a lot of the time in football, you have to have an extra inner strength about you, which is to be able to keep going when on many occasions we don't get on the score sheet. And being able to always keep your spirits up and maintain that same dedication and hard work while keeping your fitness levels high. We're really happy for him scoring his first goal. I think it's been quite a tough period for him, but football is like that. When you get to a certain level of the game, I think that people are always full of expectation. There's always a lot of chat and questions about being asked about players. I think he just needs to keep demonstrating everything he's shown us up to now and keep working calmly and with a clear head, because often the only thing that can make you enjoy success and able to keep your standards high and the rest of it is the peace of mind that hard work gives you and the perseverance and discipline to be up there. That's the only way to keep a cool head when perhaps things aren't quite going for you. So here's hoping he can do even greater things for the club. And I personally wish him every success and hope he can go on to achieve lots more in his career and for United. By the way, who'd have thought that Edinson Cavani is a fucking master philosopher, by the way? Like, honestly, this guy's got a fucking way with words, mate. Honestly. Edinson Cavani. Don't be sleeping on Edinson, mate. There's more than meets the eye when it comes to Eddie Cavani. I'm telling you now. He's like a modern-day Bruce Lee, this man. Be water, my friend. You know, that's it. He's giving the advice to Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, you know, he has been really good. Cavani's an absolute great man. You know, he's obviously, this is all part of his role at United as well, and what he's wanting to do here, build the team up, build the characters, you know, get the confidence, and also, you know, teach these players the way. teach these players the way, because he's been there and he's done it, and he's been one of the best forwards of his generation. So, teach these players the way. And he's very happy, for Jadon to get the goals genuinely. And it's just nice to see. I think, we've got a good team spirit about us at the moment. Sancho, I'm expecting to go on a bit of a run now. I think he's looking good. I think Solskjaer, sadly, was shackling Jadon by playing him out of position in that struggling side. And now he's sort of had the cannonball? No. The ball and chain removed. And now he's able to move freely. And he's able to actually play in his natural position in a more pressing system as well, which we're going to see, which he's more used to doing over there at Borussia Dortmund. So, come on, Jadon Sancho. Let's be having you, Jadon. Let's get a bit of JS25 in the live chat, lads and lads. Come on. Hashtag JS25. Doing bits, lad. Last couple of games, he's been great. Just need to keep it up, and hopefully with this new manager coming in, a new system, that's going to really benefit from it. Like I've said all season long, he will come good. This guy just needs time to settle in, and I think also, in hindsight, what we were doing with the team and the manager and everything didn't really help Jadon Sancho whatsoever. Guys, we got a new member. Come on! Hey, K-Wars, lad, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel, mate. Come on, get in there. Yes, lad. He says, welcome. It says, welcome to the Baker Brigade, K-Wars. Guys, can we get a cheeky little saw emoji in there? Everybody put a saw in the live chat for K-Wars. Thank you very, very much for becoming a member of the channel, mate. Really appreciate that one. Absolute bloody Don, aren't you? Thank you, K-Wars. Appreciate it, dude. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express. Please do keep your arms and legs and all other appendages inside the vehicle at all times. And hang on to your seats, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. Right, so there you go. Eddie Cavani, what a legend. Gotta love Eddie. Didn't kick up a fuss at all when Ronaldo came in and needed that number 7 shirt, all the rest of it. Edinson Cavani's been nothing but a really great player for us. So happy we signed him in the end. That's a great signing on a free. He's been pretty important for us. I still think he scored maybe the goal of the season for us as well last year. That one. Man, who was it against, actually? The first game back with fans in the stadium. Who was it against? That long chip from distance, mate, under the crossbar. My brain is mashed. But the goal. It was a fantastic goal. Who did he score it against? Somebody will tell me. That long looping one over the top of the keeper, the lob from distance. It was absolutely majestic. And the celebration and everything. It was just perfect. Fulham, right, there you go. Yeah, Fulham. That was sensational, Just some moments that he's had that I will I'll remember for the rest of my life. I think he's had a good impact here at United. Yeah, okay, he's not had the same sort of level of impact as someone like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but he's not had the same role. He's sort of been playing this bit part role generally. But whenever he has played, he's always worked super hard for the team. He's always been called upon as the heavy cavalry coming off the bench as well. He might not be fit to play all the minutes, all the games, but he's like the heavy cavalry. When you need to make shit happen, when you need to get a goal, you bring on Edinson Cavani. You need to have him on the pitch. Fulham game. Thank you guys for letting me know that. It was a stunning goal, wasn't it? Okay, so there's those reports about that. Also, a few outlets are reporting that Barcelona are perhaps going to offer Philippe Coutinho to Ralf Rangnick. And there's also interest from Newcastle. These are just speculative transfer updates, but still, a little piece of information for you there. Just want to give you all the latest updates throughout the day. Also, we're linked to, Man United linked to Youssef En-Nesyri as well. Sevilla player, Youssef En-Nesyri, in the January transfer window. So, some Spanish outlets reporting that we've been sniffing around him. He's a forward player, good scoring figures, could be available for £25 million. There's another link as well. Who else has we got links to here? Let's take a look. There's a few. And also, as we said, Amadou Haidara earlier on. So a few new links coming with a new manager coming in with his sort of style of play in mind, and some of the links to previous clubs that he's got, now adding fuel to the fire about further potential signings in January. Gungshi, get in there, my son. Let's be having you. Come on. Gungshi, mate, thank you very much for the 330 NT super chat there, dude. He says, Edinson is an absolute don, a warrior philosopher of the highest order. All hail Don Cavani Ugly. I can get in there, my son. Cavani only, what an absolute legend. Gungshi, thank you so much. Let's get some super chat emojis in there for Gungers. Really appreciate that one, Gungshi. Thank you so much. Hey, we're nearly at 100 likes, everyone. Smash the thumbs up. Who's going to be the 100th liker? Let me know in the live chat and twat the like. Also, Gungshi, thank you very much for your comment there. And just to back up what you said, yeah, I can't really believe it. He does speak very well, this guy. He does have very philosophical thoughts, like the way he puts things, the way he approaches things. Yeah, he's a deep individual, isn't he? That's right. Cavani's like the ocean. Get in there, Gongshi. Thank you so much, pal. I really appreciate you, my friend. Get in there. Also, Tarek Lamptey. We have a link with Tarek Lamptey as well, of course. Brighton player Tarek Lamptey. This is another report that's come out that we have some interest in Tarek Lamptey. I'm not going to get too much into any of these links right now because they're all speculative links. We'll save that for closer to the January transfer window, of course, when there's actual, strong links. Right now, I would say that the Amadou Haidara link seems like a plausible one. There's other links, of course, to players that we were linked to in the summer that will not go away, I guess. People like maybe, Ruben Neves or, Zachariah. There's all a lot of players that Man United have been linked with for players that we could do with in the midfield area. Now with the new coach coming in, though, I'm sure these preferences for players we want to get have changed, and so that's it. We're gonna obviously see. We might get somebody in January. They might not even give him any money to spend in January because he's coming in for 6 months. They've already spent a lot in the summer, and he's not going to be here at the end of the year, so they might not even give him that much to spend. But I could definitely see one or two people being sold by Rangnick. I could think he could maybe be a little bit ruthless, come in, oversee things, and maybe he can make some decisions like, you know what? Listen, you don't want to cut your losses on Phil Jones, do you? Well, I'm sorry to say, Phil Jones is shit, Ed Woodward, and you're paying him over 100k a week. You're having a bloody fat mare, dude. This is what we're doing. So we're going to sell him to Sunderland. Okay? We're going to pay 60% of his wages to fucking play for them. No, don't want to hear it, Ed. Shut up. That's what we're doing because it makes no sense. Now we're paying 100% of his wages to do nothing. We're going to go pay 70% of his wages then. That's it, just because you spoke back to me, Ed. Now we're going to pay 70% of his wages. I hope he's got some sort of freedoms to be able to have these conversations where he can actually justify having a bit of decision-making power to get rid of players. Because I think that's a problem area for our club, is not having that cutthroat ruthlessness to say, yeah, actually, maybe we should just sack him off. Like, okay, there's no point mutually terminating a contract. Or no, sorry, there is a point doing that. There's no point terminating a contract and paying the remainder of the contract just to free up a player so he can go and play for somebody else. You might as well just stick him on the bench then, or in the reserves. I totally get that. But there's deals to be done. Somebody would want Phil Jones. You just might have to pay 80% of his wages because nobody in their right mind would pay Phil Jones 6 figures a week to play football for them. But you can still offload him. You can still do some business somewhere. So I hope that we do that. I hope we do that in January. Sell Maguire to get money available. Absolutely, Batman. Hey, Leicester City. Brendan Rodgers, do you want Maggie back? Hey there, Fozzie Aussie. How you doing? Welcome in the stream, mate. No bones and slabby out, says Gungshi. Absolutely, sell him to Leicester. He won't get money, says Bell. He might get the little bit of money he can generate by getting rid of a few players. So we don't know his thoughts on, say, Jesse Lingard. Lingard, there's a bit up in the air about his future. He's not signed a new contract yet. He might be leaving in the summer on a free. We could offload him in Jan, or maybe the new manager comes in and assesses the situation, goes, actually, he's pretty decent as a backup for my system, and keeps him. We don't know. He might get rid of a few people, generate a little bit of cash, and then hopefully we could get a good midfielder or somebody in there. So I tend to agree, though, Bell. I don't think he'll be given much money, if any at all, just because of what they spent in the summer and the fact he's only here short term as well. And they don't really like to buy in January. There's not usually really good deals around in January. But there's a few links here anyway I wanted to discuss. So, Lamptey, Tarek Lamptey's obviously a link there. A few links, Haidara, and all the rest of it. Dusan Vlahovic as well. There's all sorts of stuff on the go. So, Here we go then. Right, let's get into the live chat, everybody. See what you guys think. So just as an update, if you're just joining us, Carrick is going to be in charge against Arsenal. Rangnick is in the UK. He's arrived, but he's got to wait for a visa to be granted, essentially, so he can start work at the club. It's expected he will be in charge against Crystal Palace on Sunday. So there you go. But Carrick is in charge against Arsenal. Right then, let's get into the live chat, everybody. Yes, hit the like, hit the subscribe, have your say, get your thoughts in now. Time for a Q&A. So do have your opinions and get your thoughts in. Appreciate you all for being in here. What a community of legends. Let me know what you think about this. Carrick in charge for another game. Newcastle might pay 80 million for the slab. Wow, McKay, I didn't even think about that, McKay. If any team out there who wants to transition to the next level in English football, because let's face it, it's hard to go from a relegation fodder side to being a side that's challenging for like 6th or 7th place. That is quite a challenge. And it's even harder to go from 6th to 7th place to challenging for the title. But, to get to that point, somebody like Slabby Maguire would be actually a really great candidate to do that, I think. People like Jesse Lingard would be an excellent signing for Newcastle. If you see what he was doing last season for West Ham, arguably, this season, no doubt, undoubtedly, and last season at a higher level than Newcastle, then you would think that they'd be great. They'd be really smart to go and get these players because they're both homegrown, they're both English, and they're both actually good standard players for what they want to achieve. They're not good enough for Man United. They're not good enough for us to achieve Champions League trophies, I don't think. But what they are good enough is for a mid-table team to get, or a team to be mid to, 6th position in the league. That is the sort of standard I see those guys at. So I think that, you bring up a good point. Newcastle should be in the market for a few signings soon. They've got a shitload of cash. They've got a gash team with players like Almiron and fucking Joe Linton and all sorts of melters that they need to just offload and get new players in, really, if they're going to need to start slowly building, obviously. They can't do it all at once. There are some sort of financial fair play guff in there and everything. I'm sure they'll put a lot through the books as well to get the most buffer out of that as well. But still, they will add players to their ranks over the next few transfer windows. And if we can offload a couple of our shitbags to them, absolutely happy days, mate. Fucking happy days. That would be amazing. Hey, Paul Pogba. Hey, how's about going to play for them for 500k a week, lad? No, it's not going to happen there because it's not a big enough club, but, it's a big club, Newcastle United, but at this moment, it's not challenging for anything. So they're only really capable of going for those players that, like I've just said, Lingard, Maguire, those sort of standard players would be good signings for them. What other United players could you think we could offload to Newcastle? Martial, that's a great shout, Fung Sire. That's a great shout, Fung Sire. Martial, low work rate can go to. Yeah, he's always been kind of inconsistent. I like Martial. I've got a soft spot for Martial. I like him. He's a very talented player. Sometimes he does stuff that makes me go, wow. He's that type of guy, but it doesn't really happen that often anymore, unfortunately. Hey, Haroli says we've hit 100 likes. Get in there, you legend. Thank you very much for that update. Hope you're keeping well there, Haroli, lad. United Forever says sell Pogba, Maguire, Phil Jones, McSauce, and Lingard. Wow, okay, yeah, that's a good ditch list right there. That's a fantastic ditch list. Pogba, see you later on, son. I'm done with him too in terms of consistency, and he's just sort of taken up a place in the side. Maguire, same with him, really, just proper gash this season, making errors galore. Not a leader, not my captain. See you later on. Phil Jones, he's just been stealing and living at United for the last however many years. Kind of shocking, really. He's been here since the Fergie days, and he's still managed to survive all this time, sucking money out of the club and not even playing. Pretty bizarre. He's not even played for 2 years, for fuck's sake. McSauce as well, talk about McTominay. No, I would probably keep McTominay around as a squad player. You need squad players. Jesse Lingard, I would argue that he should be kept around as a squad player now as well, with Rangnick coming in if we're going to be playing a gegenpress style of play. Just coming off the bench. You saw him come off the bench the other day against Chelsea, doing that sort of role, coming up, pressing opposition in the late parts of games. Yeah, keep him for that. If that's the system you're going to play, he could probably do that well. Henderson says must stay for the win. Pearl says Newcastle need to spend 150 million to stay up. I think they are going to do some spending though. Yeah, we'll have to see that. They're going to struggle, aren't they? Eddie Howe's got his work cut out from there, but he's got a lot of money behind him. I think they'll give him time, but he's going to have to get them to perform sooner rather than later. Yeah. French players are lazy, says United forever. Gungshi says, I'll be interested to see how Pogba and everyone really performs under Rangnick. It will be fascinating to watch. Very true. Like we said about the stats earlier in terms of pressing stats this season. Deceptively, Paul Pogba's second in the list for most pressers of the opposition in games throughout this season in our squad, which is surprising. Marcin will do well under Rangnick, says Fozzie Ozzy. Could do that, could see that, maybe, but then again, like I say, he'd have to get that consistency into his game. We know he's got the abilities, but he doesn't turn up more often than not. Vutinator, how you doing, sir? He says, Martial is not United class. In terms of technically, he is, but consistency-wise, he's not. I agree. That's it. You've got to turn up almost every week for United. That's what it's about. You've got to be Dennis Irwin consistent. You know what I mean? You can't be like Pogba or Martial, where you're just being very, very inconsistent week to week. You've got to be able to do it more often than not. Michael Carrick, 7 out of 10 every single week. That's what you've got to do. Turn up. St. Maxi, just another James, all speed, no control. Well, you know, St. Maxi's decent option for them in the right times for games. I'd keep hold of him for now if I was Newcastle, but yeah, fair enough. Mata, Jones, Dallo, Lingard can all go, says Rushmono. Yeah, wonder if Dallo will be given a chance in his system. We saw Dallo have an absolute stinker of a game against Villarreal earlier on in the season. So, you know, I'm not really too keen on the idea, but Dallo, yeah, he might be sacked off. That's a good point. Rashid Mata as well. He's going to be ending up his time at United soon. Maybe Matic one day, you know, soon is going to be leaving too. Jones like a cockroach, says 10-ton man. Rashford, I thought Matic has been good recently, by the way. Rashford not doing too good, says Johnny. Now looked a bit out of sorts so far, but hey, he'll come good. I think in this new system, Rashford will do well. Bell says Maguire played too much last year and the Euros. Maguire's just a shithouse there, Bell says no one. Don't be sticking up for Maguire. I don't care if he played too much last year. He's supposed to be playing. He's in his prime. He's got to do it for United. I don't care if he does it for England. I want him to, well, you know, obviously I do, but I want him to do it for United. He's not been living up to it, Bell. Come on. He's Garbaggio, mate, and you know it. Leon Moses says, Pig, do you want Pogba to stay or leave? It's a leave from me. See you later on, Paul. Nice to know you, bro. Good luck to you over there in PSG Farmer League Prima Donna Mercenaryville. But yeah, we're done with you, lad. That's how I feel about it. Have a nice contract there at PSG and enjoy playing in the Farmers League. Cool Homies says, smash a like for the pig. Thank you, Cool Homies. Sam Midgley says, we need Vlahovic. It seems like a good talent. Rupert Meadow says, FIFA tonight. Not tonight, actually, Rupert Meadow, lad. Sorry. I will be back with that tomorrow and every night until Monday, but Mrs. P's round tonight, so I'm just going to hang out there and chill, watch a bit of Squid Game, actually. watch a bit of Squid Game. So, yeah, there you go. So, but we will be back tomorrow, though, you know, so, yeah, don't worry about that. We'll have a preview coming for the Arsenal game as well. Hey, Ellie, how you doing tonight? Thanks for joining us. She says, like and subscribe, everyone. Got that fire and bacon brigade emoji and a Roy Keane nonsense emoji in there. I'd be throwing punches at you if I was in your team. I will let you on the coach. You're an absolute disgrace. A deep fried battered Mars bar, Kingface. That's when you deep fry a batter. You put a Mars bar in batter and you deep fry it, son. Are you doing career mode? You know what, Naz? I'm not tonight, actually, but that's probably going to be tomorrow, mate. Career mode is going to be tomorrow, yes. I had to tweak a few things, change a few things around. It's all about balance, my friend. Just listen to Edinson Cavani. Just put your hands together and listen to Professor Edinson or Philosopher Edinson or Guru Edinson. Let's call him Guru Edinson from now on. Just listen to Guru Edinson. Put your hands together. It's all about balance, my friends. Anyway, Vardy, best English striker at the moment. Sam, well, hard to argue against. Mata got contract for the boys, same as Fletcher and Carrick, final year, payoff, but no game, so pointless. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, Mata, you know, Mata deserves the love. He's been a great player for us over his career, to be fair, even though it's been a shit time. He's always been pretty damn good. Squid Game's class. Who likes Squid Game? Smash a Y in the live chat if you like it. Smash an N if you don't like it. Squid Game's class says 40-year-old Virgil. Squirt Game says United Forever. That's on a different site. Rushmano says love squid, tasty. Oh, nice. I like a bit of fried calamari, mate, with a batter on and whatnot. You know, I don't mind that. I'm not really into like a slivery squid, but if it's like dry, battered, I'll eat it. I don't know what the hell that is, but if it's dry and battered, I'll eat it. PhD Eddie, that's right, absolutely. Dr. Edinson Cavani, PhD, says Gungshi. Spoken like a true archer pig. Thank you very much, Mikhail Kramer. Appreciate that. Y says 40-year-old Virgil and Andrikos too, and United Forever. You got bored of it really quick, says Ellie. Oh, yeah, it happens. It happens, yeah. I mean, we watched one so far. I've watched two, actually, so she's catching up. But I think it's pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty fucked up. You know, it's pretty fucked up. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm watching it with the voiceover on, though, so some of them are just absolutely gash. It's like watching one of those old-school kung fu movies where it's like their mouths moving independent from their speech and stuff, and it's a little bit disconcerting, but it's better than reading. Yes, I have seen that Mr. Beast Squid Game vid, actually, Ian Dawn. Who hasn't, mate? I think it's had like a bajillion views in a couple of days, mate. Yes, absolutely. Pearl 69 says the love is letting him go for 2 years to Spanish club. Do his UEFA badges come back? Who are you talking about now, Bell? Sorry, I'm lost. I'm not sorry. I've totally lost my train of thought. You talking about Carrick? Batman Knife says I'm drinking poison, aka Pepsi. Oh, lovely. I'm drinking a bit of Rubicon Sparkling Mango. That's what I'm on tonight. That's my poison tonight, lad. My prediction is 2-1 versus Arsenal, Naz. What about you? Only like the barbecued crispy squid. Tastes like rubber otherwise, says Coach. I'm loving how this has turned into a squid chat now. Watch Yellowstone. Oh, Yellowstone documentary is brilliant. I've seen that. Belsing one. Great series. Squid Game 2 starting soon on Netflix. Wow, United Forever. Awesome. Arteta's going to smash Carrick up, says Danny Slater. Fucking bring it on, Danny Slater, mate. You're going down, mate. We're going to shart all over Sharteta, mate. Watch out. Is Squid Game set in Burnley? Looks very similar to me, says Raspado. I think so. I think it might be. I think it's Clivero. Rush. No. It's just Battle Royale or Hunger Games. It's basically some shit like that, yeah. 126 million views. That is mad Ian Dawn. Wow, Mr. Beast is a beast. Writer said Squid Game is a critique of capitalism, says 40-year-old Virgil. Fair play, reading a bit too much into that, possibly. I say it's just an excuse to just put a bunch of people in and have a Battle Royale, to the death situation. I just hope that Rangnick take that captain armband away from Harry Maguire. Yes, he's got to do that. I agree, Mr. Hashley Dalu. He has to do that. Got to come in. If he doesn't do that, I'm going to be pissed off. Honestly, I'm going to be genuinely annoyed. If he sticks with Maguire as captain for the first game that he's in charge, I'll be genuinely annoyed, my friend. Watch the last episode today. Oh, nice. Yellowstone, yeah? 3-1 to United, says Kevin Hayes. I'm drinking Western Cider 8.2. Wish me luck. Oh, good luck, Mikhail Kramer. Sounds dirty, mate. Oh, steady on, sir. Oh, you don't want an old Rosie incident. You don't want that gut rot incident on the go, man. Trust me. We're going to make you look like fools, lad, when our tiki-taka is on full force. You won't know what has hit you. Oh, yeah, just like Liverpool the other day. 4-0 Drubbinations, my son. I wouldn't get too carried away. Okay, in the last few years, Arsenal have actually done well against United, so it's never an easy game. But come on, it's a winnable game for us right now. We're going to smash you up. Impressive, mate. Clivero, Eki Thump. Absolutely, Rushmano. There you go. Yes, Clivero Castle. Bell 691 says, I think if you streamed FIFA on YouTube, that it would blow up. If I streamed FIFA on YouTube, that would blow up. Who are you talking to, Bell? Me or somebody else? Have we gone back through a time warp? Is this Bell from 2018 or something? Or 2013 maybe? I don't know. What's going on? Something. No more drugs for this guy. By gum, lad. Going down Pubfoot, Swift half like. Gonna take me flat pack furniture down pub like. With me flat cap is what I meant to say like. And me whippet. With me paper under arm like. Go down Pubfoot, Swift half. Get in there, my son. Oh, right. Pearl 691. Yellowstone isn't a doc. It's a TV show. I sent you a hilarious video. Oh, okay, then. I have to check that one out. Fair enough. Well, Yellowstone is also a documentary from a couple of years ago about Yellowstone National Park. It was on BBC. It was a good documentary series. Check it out. But fair enough. This one sounds like something else, Bell. I have to check it out. See, CFC Tons in here. Hello there. He says, can't believe how good you looked against us on Sunday. Yes, the attacking side was shit. But you look so much better without Maguire. We are needing a Lampard in midfield. Yeah, fair play, CFC Ton. I mean, yes, we did play well, didn't we? In terms of defensively, as a team, we're very organised and hard to beat defensively, and we rode the storm. We were resilient, and we defended really well. I mean, you're right, though. Creatively, we just weren't there. We didn't attack, and Chelsea did dominate the game, but we still looked organised, and we still were hard to beat, and we were not beaten. I'm going re-up Ginnell. When's the career back? That's going to be tomorrow, Danny Slater, lad. I'm indulging in space cake. Fair play to you, Mark Ashton. Your stone absolute dry melts. Fair play to you, Bell 691. Absolute respect. Come on, Pig United. Get in there, Musty. Thank you so much on Facebook. Oh, fair play. I should probably do some streams on Facebook, man. I really should. Yeah, you're right. Oh, is that what you were saying to me? I should stream FIFA on Facebook. Okay. What's the Yellowstone documentary, the one narrated by Peter Firth, Pig? Let's have a look. It was probably about 5, 6, 7 years ago it came out, man. Maybe a little bit longer. The Yellowstone documentary, BBC. There it is. Yellowstone, BBC documentary. I don't know, mate. I was just trying to find out, but yeah, Peter Firth, mate, that's the one. 2009. Don't take the piss. No, surely 12 years hasn't gone by since that came out. I remember watching that on TV when it was actually on BBC, actually on the telly. Yes, it is that one, Gungshi, anyway. But man, 2009 is when that came out. That makes me feel old, how much time has gone by. Yeah, thank you, Musty, for the win. Says, come on, 50k is on the way. Yes, lads and lasses, hit the subscribe if it's your first time here. Help us out reach our goal of getting to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you are happening to be in this channel right now and you haven't subscribed, ask yourself why. You know, do you really want to be that guy? You want to hit that subscribe button. It's free. Might as well get yourself subscribed so you get the latest updates, the latest content, the latest Man United news, etc. Do hit the subscribe. Wow, says Social99. Yeah, that's true, Bow69. I should stream on Facebook, man. I'm going to start doing it, mate. You've inspired me. First Class Gamer says 50k sub special Pigo charity stream. Sounds good to me, lad. Yes, I was going to do a charity stream around Christmas anyway. I'm hoping that by then, you know, like end of the year, we can reach it. So actually, that sounds like a really good plan, First Class Gamer, my son. Who is Esmeralda? Esmeralda is the love interest of Quasimodo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So yes, do click the bell like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda, the bells! Do the Godfather impression? No. Your family went to Yellowstone and I missed out because I was preparing for uni exams. Oh, I bet it was amazing, Gungshi. You know what? I'm pissed off. I didn't go. I went to the west side of the States and did a whole bunch of, you know, road trip and stuff. And we didn't actually go there because it was a bit north and out of the way of where we were going. But we should have done, really. Okay then. Lamont, not tonight, my friend. No, I'm actually going to hang out with Mrs. P tonight, but I will get back on all the gaming streams, all the rest of it, all the evening streams, all from tomorrow. We'll be getting back at it. We've got preview coming. We've got career mode. We've got all sorts of United news coming tomorrow on the channel. And then obviously Thursday, we've got the Arsenal game. Then we'll be doing foot champs and FIFA all weekend long as well, and tomorrow night as well. So do come back and get involved for those. We're actually going to wrap this video up now then. But thank you everyone for getting in here. I really appreciate it. And you're right, Vincent Bullock. I should stream on Facebook and put the link across the screen to the channel that we can bring people over. Spot on. I'm going to do it. It's only 144 months and 12 years is literally nothing. You say it's 12 years. 12 years is a long time. It's a very long time, Mark Ashton. It's a significant percentage of my life and yours. So the fact that that's just gone like that when I thought that it came out about 7 years ago and it's actually 12 just makes me think, wow, the concept of time is getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Quentin Tarantino's favourite movie of the millennium is Battle Royale. Squid Game is better, says Big Up Bob. Fair enough, Big Up Bob. You reckon Squid Game's better? Okay, we'll see. I've only watched the first couple so far. We'll see. I'll let you know. I've actually not seen Battle Royale. Forgive me. I've actually not seen that one. I know the movie, though, where they all get on that island and kill each other or whatever. I've never seen it, to be honest. So, yeah, that's a bit amateur of me, isn't it? Anyway. Right, guys. Big up yourself, Mikhail Kramer. Thank you so much. He says, big up yourself, Mr. P, and make sure you give Mrs. P a snog from me. You what? And he says, you're a fucking legend, Pure Don. Thank you so much, Mikhail Kramer. I really appreciate that comment, mate. What a legend. You are too. Thanks for moderating this channel. Thanks for being positive all the time. And all the moderators, all the people in blue here, thank you for being mods and helping this channel out. Gungshi, First Class Gamer, all the rest of you legends. And also thank you to all the channel members in green with the badges next to their names that support this channel as well. By being members, really appreciate you all. Get your channel member emojis in there to celebrate right now. And also everybody else as well who's just here commenting and getting in here and interacting and enriching the live chat and being a part of this community. Thank you so much for everyone who's a part of the streams. We're going to wrap this video up now, but I'll be back tomorrow, as I say, with more content. So keep a lookout. Make sure you got the bell on and all the rest of it. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on with United. You went to the Rockies and saw bison, elk, and prairie dogs. Nice food today. I've been to Colorado. I went to Colorado, went to the Rocky Mountains and Shy. Gets in there. Thank you, Eddie's Football Waffle says, great show, Pigo, as per usual. What a Dom. Thank you, Eddie. Really appreciate that, man. What an absolute hero you are, sir. Thank you so much for that. You're an absolute hero yourself, mate. Really appreciate you. Everybody else as well. Who is there? Rushy, Eddie's Football Waffle, First Class Gamer getting the Phil Jones in there. Social 99, Ian Dawn, Lamonje, Big God Bob, Vincent Bullock. Absolute bunch of stars you are, guys. You're an absolute bunch of stars. Thank you so much. Right then, we'll end it there, I guess. But thank you for all tuning in. 123 likes. Thanks everyone who's hit the like. Do hit the like before you go. Do smash the subscribe if you're new, and follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We'll also be having regular content on the website, unitedflyinghigh.com. So please check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com. And also, I'm going to start doing some stuff on the Discord. So I don't have the link to the Discord for you right now, but we'll try and get as many people in the Discord. Going to do some random stuff in the Discord soon, like some Discord content, but also some random stuff like ability to put clips in there, like to help us do shorts for the gaming channel or this channel, like different clips. Like people can put clips in there, they can make their own little edits and help the channel out and stuff. That'd be awesome. And just a community vibe in there too. So we'll get that going. Thanks everyone for getting in. Big God Bob as well says you're the best YouTuber. Oh, thank you, Big God Bob. I mean, that's a little bit much, isn't it? To be fair, mate, that's a little bit much. It's not true. Don't give me a head like Slab Maguire for a start. And plus, it's definitely not true. I mean, look at that Mr. Beast video the other day. He's recreated Squid Game, for fuck's sake. Wiggy, thank you, Wiggy. Tonk Nash, Big God Bob, Rushmono, Mustay for the win. Mustay says, great show. Thank you, Rushy. Gungshi says, I went outdoors and saw a Squirtle, Bulbasaur and a Charmander. Well, that is a trident of penetration, Gungshi. The original starters, mate. That's an omen, lad. A new beginning here at Manchester United. Thank you, Mark Ashton, Eamon Barrett, Batman Night Fan, Bell691, Kieran Nichols. Not tonight, Kieran. Back tomorrow, though. Eddie's Football Waffle. Nathan Best as well. Have a great night. Oh, no worries, man. Oh, great. Congratulations. Let's get some love hearts in there for Nathan. Love is in the air. Get in, Nathan. Good congrats, mate. We're wrapping up, but, hope you will be too. Wrapping up soon, if you know what I'm saying, son. The Food Today to United Forever, Tonk Nash, Leon Moses, Vincent Bullock, Big Up Bob, Eddie's Football Waffle. That's it from me. See you later. We're going to smash up Arsenal, by the way. We'll be back with a preview tomorrow and all the latest good stuff. So make sure you do tune in and get yourself in there. Right. Well, Kingface, you do put some knobby things in the live chat a lot of the time, mate, so I'm not surprised. That's going to be the end of the stream. Thank you for the $5, though, mate. And everybody else. Mikhail Kramer, give Nicola a kiss. Sort yourself out, Kingface. Maybe be less of a dick, and people will treat you like less of a dick, lad. Right, there you go. Anyway, see you later on, guys. Good night. Thanks for the money, Kingface. See you later. Everyone's favourite troll bag. That's going to be the end of it then. Have a great night, peeps. This is the Pig. I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Have a good one. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the soup. Thank you very much. Bye, guys.